Deep fly ball, a drive to center field. That'll get over the head of Robinson and all the way to the fence. Lorbeck drives the lane, puts it up, right-hand lane, gets it to fall. He'll go to line for one more.
Very nice take by Zach Lorbeck.
Trying to go around Engel. He stones him far side.
Point blank on Engel again, and he stops him.
Shotgun snap, Engel looking left, now looking right. Throw far side, throws a fade up for grabs. Hunter Beechler, far side, pile on. He comes down with it. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates. Line and ball into left field, and that'll go all the way to the fence. Coming in to score will be Hilbert. Feed it in. Matty Ray, a right-hand lane and down.
Great steal by Ray. Jerks with a nice lob over the top.
Four skates to the near side circle, looking for some time. One timer to Martin Suda. Knock off the water bottle. It's a one-timer and a goal, and the Pirates, they extend their lead.
He takes a swing at it. He'll send that one deep to right, and looks like that one's going to be a walk-off grand slam for Joe Byer.
Swinging a fly ball to center field.
It's over!
And that's it!
The Pirates win it!
Good evening from Kimberly. As on a Saturday evening, postseason volleyball continues. Pirates get a win over Pulaski on Thursday, and that advances them the 7 seed to take on the Kimberly Papermakers from Kimberly High School. Good evening and welcome out. Chris Learman with you and Brian Nickel as we get set for the WIAA regional final between these two squads that come in. As we mentioned, the 7 seed and the 2 seed team that matched up just 3 weeks ago today in a weekend tournament. And teams, Brian, that in our years of covering volleyball has matched up a couple times in the postseason.
A common WIAA tournament foe is Kimberly for these Bayport Pirates, and it's been Kimberly ending the odd-numbered seasons for Bayport. 2019 finishing them off in the sectional at Appleton North in 4 sets, and in 2017, that first ever sectional appearance for Bayport volleyball ended at Ashwaubenon at the hands of Kimberly. Bayport taking the opening set in both of those matches against a favored Kimberly team. We'll see if the Pirates can come out with some firepower tonight. Certainly, we saw them in the regional semifinal offensively coming out firing on all cylinders, 25-12 in that opening set against Pulaski. A little bit of a hiccup and regression to the mean, if you will, in set 2, but Pirates held on with some outstanding serving, blocking improving throughout the match, and again, a balanced offense. This is a deep team for head coach Chris Polkashu, and the Pirates find themselves in the regional final tonight at Kimberly High School, the 2 seed Papermakers hosting the 7 seed Pirates.
Tonight's Bayport volleyball broadcast proudly supported by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. The Press Times, your local paper and online source for Pirate Athletics. By Bell & Health, Titletown Sports Medicine Orthopedics. By Town Line Pub and Grill. Synergy Sports Performance. By Enthusi Sports Club. By Vandervest Harley-Davidson, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists of Green Bay. And members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Chris and Brian high above the perch here at Jack Whippa Court at Kimberly High School. We get set for the regional final on a Saturday evening. On the piece of paper before us, Brian, it looks like a mismatch. Kimberly obviously is a team that, well, we talked about it Thursday. The FVA kind of runs this sectional totally. They are a team that actually won the Fox Valley Association 9-0, which means they defeated an Appleton North team that I would pick still. They won the spring state tournament, is going to be right there in terms of competing for a state title.
Yeah, North, the 1 overall seed in this sectional, despite losing to Kimberly and despite not winning the FVA regular season title. It just goes to show the depth and the strength at the top of the conference. The top 5 seeds in this sectional, all hailing from the FVA, and the FRCC picks up at the 6th seed, Green Bay Southwest. They'll be at Kaukauna tonight, Southwest winning in 4 over Appleton West. Other matches in the sectional, Hortonville and Appleton East in an FVA showdown at Hortonville. Both teams swept their opening round matches. And then De Pere, a 5-set winner, 15-13 in the final set over crosstown rival West De Pere. They are at Appleton North, and they'll get all they can handle from the Lightning, the favorite.
You just beat your crosstown rival. Your reward? Go up against the Lightning.
Hey, another match. It's exciting for the players to extend their careers. We talked about that. You know, Caden Sarouche having the match of her senior season to extend the season. Certainly a great all-around effort by the Pirates, but Caden's played her match of the year on the right side for Bayport. And, you know, the Pirates, a heavily junior-laden roster. So this is a team, a young team at the outset of the season that really trying to settle into that 6-2 offense. And I'd say the blocking improved, the serving's improved, the passing has improved, really all phases of the game. And most notably, I think Coach really found a rotation she likes in getting players in a position to be successful. So Bayport, 12-20 overall, 5-4 in the FRCC, tied for third. Taking on Kimberly, 28-10 overall, 9-0 in the FVA, as we are ready for the national anthem to start things off tonight, Chris.
From Kimberly High School, it is volleyball time. As we get set for the WIAA Regional Final, we bring you tonight's starting lineups presented by Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill. Zesty's serving up a full food and frozen custard menu across from Bayport High School. Today's flavor of the day, Uncle Mike's Kringle. Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. And Brian, first for the 7C, the Bayport Pirates.
Three of the best things going on Lineville: Zesty's, Uncle Mike's, and Bayport High School. That's exciting. For the visiting Pirates, junior Izzy Grace is on the outside. She is joined on the outside by Ella Engels, who also fills a setting role in the 6-2 offense. The other setter is Kyla Hendricks, also a junior. Defensive specialist for the Pirates is a senior Taylor Larson in the libero jersey for Bayport. Junior Trinity Crone, one of the most improved players this year. And in the middle for the Pirates, sophomore Ellie McDermott and junior Allie Knutson. Head coach is Chris Polkashu. She's assisted by Todd Verhaag. And the number 2 seed, host Kimberly Papermakers. A pair of seniors and 5 juniors round out the lineup for the favored Papermakers. Seniors are Ella Budenhagen. She's an outside hitter, and she's joined by classmate in the middle, Allie Sprangers. Also in the middle is junior Ava Johnson. Junior setter is Macy Herman. Junior in the libero jersey, Ava Rank. Junior outside hitter, Katie Schultz. And a junior middle blocker, 6'4" Kyla Dunaway. She will represent a challenge for the Bayport Pirates. Have not seen size like that in the FRCC this year. Dunaway, 2-sport star for Kimberly, basketball and volleyball, and looking forward to seeing her play. Listed as a middle and a right side. She might get some backslide action, move her around the court. And looking forward to see this Kimberly team in action. Bayport, well represented by a student section. It's Jersey night, Chris. It's a rainbow of athletic jerseys. Got a good showing, a couple dozen Bayport students making the trip down here to Kimberly to support their team. And the Kimberly student section in all white, little handwriting on the t-shirts. I like that. A little flavor of signage to go with their gear. Bayport, the visitors are in navy blue long sleeve unis with the Columbia blue letters and white trim. Sharp road kit for the Pirates. The libero jersey is white long sleeves with navy numbers and trim. For Kimberly, the host Papermakers are in their home whites, short sleeve with red numbers and outlined in black trim. The libero for the Kimberly Papermakers, all red, long sleeve jersey as she throws her T-shirt into the crowd to get the student section fired up. The Kimberly student section right behind the Papermakers side of the bench, and on the Bayport side, the netting separating the courts is down. So the Bayport student section is across the bench facing the Pirates. And we're ready to get set underway here, Chris.
Biggest thing that stands out, size. Bayport, they actually have the number 1 and number 2 blockers in the conference. Is Bayport a phenomenal blocking team? Not necessarily. That just kind of tells me off the bat, Brian, they have not faced blockers or bigs all year.
Right, well, we'll see how that affects the attack, most of all. You know, how Bayport's attackers, let's assume they're going to get into a good rhythm and get some good passes up to set. How is that big Kimberly block going to affect the Bayport swing? Can they come at it aggressively? Can they score points off the block, off hands? We were talking before we came on air about the Badger freshman from Poland who was just exceptional in the match last night in doing that. The ability to jump and hang it aside in the air certainly helps her, but we're ready to get underway. It's Kyla Hendricks. She'll set from the back row. She serves, and we're going, Chris.
Opening serve is going to be dug up by Kimberly, and they have to send over a free ball back line. Larson up to Hendricks. One-step move. Middle run by McDermott, missing the back left corner. And we are underway with a Papermaker point.
Good spot by Ellie going for the back corner to score. The set was a little bit behind her. Notable here tonight, Chris, FVA conference rules do require masks during the competition. Not the case in the FRCC, so something a little bit unusual for Bayport.
Push from the right side. Bayport tries the back corner, tracking it down. Tip in the middle, covered up by the Pirates with Izzy Grace, and she's going to get it back to the left side. Double in front of her, tipped at the net, covered off the net nicely by the Papermakers. Attack right side by Dunaway, going for the back corner, and there will be a blocking violation. Ball ends in the perimeter anyways, but it will be a blocking error on Bayport and a 2-0 Kimberly lead.
Yeah, ball was down, but Izzy Grace clipped the net as she was setting up the outside block on the pin. Kimberly out to an early advantage.
Junior setter Macy Herman standing serve, and she'll float into the back line. Then the bottom drops out right on the red chalk, and it's 3-0.
Literally to the back line.
Couple of Pirates let it go. Well measured. As Herman will send away. Dug up by Rouge. She'll get it back left side from Hendricks. Swing just off the pin, and she'll send it into the block off of the Papermakers and out. And Bayport's on the board, 1-3.
Good solid swing by Rouge, hitting on the left side in that rotation. She used the big block as Coach Leiterman says to Dunaway, press across that net. You got all 6'4", use it. And don't let them use your arms against you as the officials seek to adjust the antenna nearest the up official station.
Mr. Don Dumas actually was our down official at the regional semifinal the other night. Now he is a flag official.
Overqualified linesman, perhaps.
Right,
That's
right.
always good to have experienced officials in tournament time. Jump serve by Izzy Grace.
Attack left side. Dunaway is going to try to tip, set a little far off, and she actually hits the antenna. As soon as the ball hits the candy cane, it becomes dead immediately, and Bayport a 2-3. They'll have the serve.
Already we're seeing them move Dunaway from the right side to the left side in this offense. They're going to try to find the mismatch.
Short serve that will be dug out by Kimberly. Block at the net, attempt on Dunaway, and it goes down for a Kimberly kill. Has a nice dig in the back line by Ava Rank, the only Papermaker in red. The rest of the squad, as Brian mentioned, is in their home whites.
Nice touch there on the block by Cadence Rouge. One-on-one. The set came to the right front, and she pushed it all the way outside the Dunaway and created a bit of a gap there for the block.
Emma Reese with the serve and a 4-2 lead for the Papermakers. Pirates push it down the line on 3. Run down the middle, tipped to that by Bayport. They got a finger on it, but the redirect actually catches Hendricks off guard. She lunges to her left but can't play it. 5-2 Papermakers in the first.
Yeah, that's intentional on that overpass. You want to try to find the setter and make them stay home. Get them out of the play with that first contact to get the other offense out of system. Well executed by Kimberly.
Reese again a standing serve, and she'll send him to the back line. Bayport plays it and gets it back to Josie Hoffman. Front left, 10-foot line, goes for a swing back line. Rank keeps it off the floor. Attack left side for the Papermakers, and a big swing by Budenhagen, and it goes off the block and out. 6-2 Kimberly out.
Now she split the uprights there on the Bayport block off the inside hand of middle Ellie McDermott.
Reese again. Dials up Hoffman. Bayport's going to have to play it from 30 feet away. Free ball, can they get to it? A punch over by Josie. Played right side, Dunaway, and a hitting error by the 6'4 junior. Bayport not necessarily winning the points, but getting a point, 3-6.
Yeah, Josie shaking her head on that play. A little family reunion ball with a knuckle punch over the net, but take them how you can get them on the road in tournament time.
Standing serve, Kayla Torp for Bayport. Picks out Rank the libero. Run down the middle by Dunaway, and there is where 6'4 is going to be an issue. You can put size on the sides and still get up. Down the middle, I think the junior Kyla is going to have some good looks.
Yeah, she's had swings from all three positions early on here in the first set, so difficult for Bayport to camp out on her. You're just going to have to read the setter, set your block strong, and hope for the best.
Service ace through the middle. 8-3, Kimberly in the first. WIAA regional final from Kimberly High School. Papermakers off and running. Serve from Ava Reese. Just a freshman, Josie Hoffman. A little too far off the net when she swings, and she can't get it over the top of the tape. 9-3.
Yeah, early approach there by Hoffman, unable to get in tight enough to that set. Kimberly tripling up Bayport.
Hendricks middle floor set right side. Cadence Roos double block at the net. Bayport covers the block, but overpasses and overpasses out of play. Mention these as we have a timeout from the Bayport coach, Chris Polka-Shoe. These teams have played in the 17 and 19 sectionals, where Bayport took the first set, and against Pulaski, Bayport stormed out in that first set, something that obviously is huge to get a good start to the evening.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially for a Bayport offense that has grown throughout the year, and the intricacies of that 6-2 to find that rhythm when you've got a different setter, every 3 points or every half rotation for your team. It's really important to get into a good passing rhythm. You're adjusting to 2 different setters in a 6-2 offense, so a little less room for error for the Pirates as the early timeout caused by some unforced error. Certainly that Kimberly block significant as Pirate student section still streaming in, 50 strong at least.
Good 32-minute trip from Bayport High School to Kimberly High School. Out of the timeout, Reese, the freshman, continues the service, and Bayport's going to play a ball from the back line. Covered up by Kimberly. They'll have a run down the middle, tipped at the net by the Pirates off of the Springer's swing. Pirates send it over, kept off the floor by Kimberly. Tip over the net, takes Hendricks out of the play. Hoffman from 15 feet away. She'll swing with the right arm left side. Over on 2 go the Papermakers, and a beautiful play by Macy Herman. And the junior will get her first kill, 11-3.
The Papermakers see something they like on tape with Bayport. They're really trying to pick on the setter's defensive positioning. They're going at Kyla Hendricks, and especially with the tips, and it's paid off as Bayport scores off the block. Ella Engels in. She's the second setter in the 6-2, so Kyla will be up front in a hitting rotation. It's Kyla, Josie, and Allie Knutson, the 3 targets for Ella Engels. Ella, solid server. Good rotation for Bayport. A little comeback going here.
Ella Engels and the Pirates down by 7, 4-11. Tip at the net from a Springer's tip. Hoffman gets off the block. Nice dive. Rank keeps it off the floor and sends it over on 2. Run down the middle. Knutson a tip covered up by the Papermakers beautifully. Rank high on the outside. Left side swing from Ava Reese.
Perfect
That'll be
pass
covered
in
up by
transition.
Bayport off the tip. Kyla Hendricks down the right line and get it to go down.
Yeah, perfect pass in transition from Izzy Grace. Made all the difference there. Kyla was able to convert.
Engels the lefty, picks out the libero Rank.
Oof.
And a right side attack by Dunaway will lead to her service.
Ball a
and
good
kill.
8 feet off the net. Nothing doing, just kind of a standing jump, and she hammers it back to the center of the court. Bayport caught looking.
Not just at 6'4", but extremely good athlete. Varsity players, her service goes out. Varsity service as a freshman on multiple sports, volleyball and basketball.
Can't coach height, Chris. You got it or you don't, and it is an advantage in so many athletic endeavors.
6-12. Pirates have the serve. They're getting doubled up here in the first. Taylor Larson serves, picks out Jenna Borden. Backslide, and a good one to Allie Sprangers, and the senior right side is going to get it through the block. And
Nice
down.
conversion. Sprangers didn't do too much on that. She just got to the spot, swung well through the ball, didn't pound it down, but found the seam in the Bayport defense. Well converted. 7 is the largest lead so far in the opening set.
Pirates dig the serve. High and left from Engels. It'll be Izzy Grace off the block. Nope, misses the block down the line and out of play.
We've seen from Izzy this year, she can turn it around. If she has misses early, she's able to gather herself, come back, and finish a match strong. A hot starting Izzy Grace would be great tonight.
Budenhagen with the serve. Pirates dig it out. Center right side with Hendricks. That gets tipped at the net. Attacked by the Papermakers. Their swing from the left side by Katie Schultz. Dug off the floor by Bayport. Going back line is Grace. Kept off the floor by the Papermakers again. This time back left side Schultz. And Katie hits it off an arm and down. 15-6. It's been all Papermakers in the first.
Yeah, block was late, and for Schultz, that looked like a big old line shot. All she had to do was put hand on ball. 9-point lead for the hosts.
Ella Budenhagen, Grandpa and Grandma sitting in front row just below us.
How do you know, Chris?
The 9 and Budenhagen's across the back of the custom-made sparkly shirts. I
Right.
like it. I like it.
That is some very Pinteresting outfit choices for Kimberly. That's awesome. Just love it when family gets behind their players. Love living through our kids. Day's coming for you soon, Dad, I promise.
Attack right side from Hendricks. And a big, powerful swing for Kyla. Ends a Kimberly run. But the Pirates down by 9 at 7-16, opening set of the regional final.
Yeah, Kyla's been the offense for Bayport thus far. Kimberly opened up a double-digit lead. Bayport needing to stack a few points together and chip away.
Swing left side, and Katie Schultz cross-court termination.
Yeah, Schultz, Sprangers, Dunaway. There's a lot of arms on this Papermakers team.
As we move throughout the night, feel free to let us know. Tweet the booth at Voice of BP on Twitter. We'd love to hear where you might be following along with us. The audio-only postseason broadcasts, as we've done for 7 years now for Bayport Volleyball. And an ace for the Papermakers gives them an 11-point advantage in the first.
Now the Bayport back row on its heels there as the ball floated and dropped.
Ava Rank, the junior libero. High into the rafters, floating serve that's dug up by Larson. Engels to Grace, cross court. Big swing by Izzy, and the junior gets it down for Bayport.
That's what Bayport needs to see, because Izzy is in this rotation where she is in a couple rotations with Ella setting, then a couple with Kyla setting. So she's the constant. She's your number one swinger for Bayport. They need to ride her arm if they want to pull the upset tonight.
Rank digs out a Bayport serve. They hit it into the rafters to the Papermakers.
See, that's the problem with a lot of state championships, Chris.
Right? It's extremely impressive display that Kimberly and their rafters inside the field house has. Literally every banner hanging is a WIAA state championship.
And there are dozens dating back. I see 60, I see 82, and the ball on the Kimberly side in that last point hit one of the banners, and it cost them the point. So, you know, if you wouldn't win so much, you wouldn't have that problem.
An impressive display.
No question.
Schultz again left side, this time a roll shot off the heel of her hand. Bayport goes over on 2. Covered nicely by the back line with Barden. Tip over, and Bayport's got nobody at the 10-foot line. It goes down for a 19-9 Papermaker lead.
Yeah, once again, in these rotations, Kimberly knows that they can pick on Kyla Hendricks defensively. It's not something that we've seen other teams try to exploit for Bayport, but we've seen 4 or 5 points so far where they've gone right at Kyla. Great middle run from Ellie McDermott.
Fresh off the pine, and she steps in immediately and gets a quick set from Hendricks. And a kill for Bayport sophomore.
Bayport passing has been there today. Just a lot of offense to deal with on the other side of the net in Kimberly.
Izzy Grace, powerful serve, picks out Ella Rossner. A tip with Dunaway, never got it over the net.
Yeah, tough play there for Kyla Dunaway. She set was low and late, and she did everything she could to try to keep it in play.
11-19. Pirates still down a chunk late in the first. Great to have you along with us on a Saturday evening from Kimberly High School. Serve again from Grace. She'll send this one to the moon. Well,
just got under it. Yeah, one hopped it into the student section. Good 30 feet behind the baseline. First miss of the night for Bayport.
20-11. Kimberly well in front. They can trade points. Serve from Emma Reese. Set down the middle. They're going to try to get it to McDermott, and a block is there, but Ellie has the forward spin on it. It spins off the fingertips, and it's able to find the hardwood.
Yeah, give her the kill. Kimberly got the nice touch at the net, but unable to dig it out. Bayport really trading points after an early 6-7 point deficit, but unable to mount a rally.
Pass to the left side from Macy Herman. Pirates get hands on it, but can't keep it in play. And Budenhagen will get the kill.
A little bailout tip by Budenhagen, and the Bayport block obliged her. Sent it out of bounds. I'd be remiss if we didn't point out the scoreboard. Great video scoreboard where they're running video clips of the players as they serve and as they get an attack or a kill with an ace there. Operator sitting right next to us up here in the broadcast booth, and just a really neat feature to have at their home events.
There's a fun atmosphere here at Papermakers Fieldhouse. Izzy Grace, the Pirates down by 10. A dig, overpass, leads to Kyla Dunaway, just sitting there for the tip slam. A big right-handed swing that goes down.
Yeah, Roosh was there on the pickup cross court, but just too much heat too quickly. And timeout Bayport, down once again 11.
23-12. Timeout taken by Coach Polka Shoe.
Kimberly not necessarily overpowering Bayport. Their consistency and their lack of unforced errors just gives Bayport no room to breathe. They really, any kind of missed serve or wide attack. We've seen a couple attacks go wide and deep for Bayport. You can't come back from that because Kimberly's not making mistakes, and they terminate when they have the opportunity.
Obviously, we mentioned 3 weeks ago these teams played in a weekend tournament. Just 2 sets, best out of 3 on the weekend Saturdays. Kimberly swept Bayport in a couple of sets that were fairly close, 25-22 and then 25-20. But then you watch film on a team, they were at the Thursday match. I'd imagine that you're scouting on Thursday, regardless of the opponent, was Pulaski. You can learn more of that sometimes than actually the playing against them weeks ago and watching film.
Yeah, tendencies, right? Because we would be the first to point out that Bayport's rotations and their offense has changed from the beginning of the year. Using the middles more often. Got Cadence Roosh helping out on the right side. So Kimberly saw the freshest edition of Bayport in that regional semifinal win. And certainly I think they saw something they like as we get the middle run kill by Knutson from Kyla. They saw something they like in Bayport's defense. They're really picking their spot when they're in trouble in transition, and not just bailing themselves out to stay in the play, but they're scoring points with what they see against the Bayport defense. That's really good scouting.
Pirates scored at the timeout, but they trail big, 13-23, and or miscue on the dig on the serve will lead to a Bayport point, and Engels back 14-23.
Yeah, calling an ace for Ella.
And again, the lefty serve. Pick out the back line with Emma Reese. Attack right side, Dunaway. Tip over the block, covered up by Hendricks, but she's out of the play. Engels is there to set to Hoffman down the line. Covered up nicely by the setter, Macy Herman, but she's not getting the second contact. Leads to a back row attempt by Dunaway, and Kyla can't get it over the net.
Yeah, Kimberly not stepping on the gas here. They're a little hesitant and sloppy coming out of the timeout, but boy, a lot of room to breathe. Up 8 now, 23-15.
Kimberly trying to send over a free ball. They do, controlled by the Pirates. Run down the middle and hit wide.
Yeah, Bayport's going to need to sacrifice some of those tight angles and try to play off the block, play off hands a little bit. We've seen a couple misses wide.
Don't always have to aim for the court at all. Just aim for the obstacle in front of you, because that can sometimes lead to your advantage. Overpass termination waiting there for Kimberly is Budenhagen, and that is the opening set, 25-15.
Steady as she goes for the host team. Kimberly, contributions from a variety of players, very few unforced errors except a couple down the stretch when the match was well in hand. They jumped out to a 9-3 lead, never looked back. Closed out Bayport in set one, 25-15.
We'll step aside and take a break. One set in the books. Papermakers take it by 10, 25-15. It's 1-0. Best set of 5, so it's a race to 3. Kimberly has the first one. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Volleyball.
Do you have any questions or comments? Get involved with the game. Tweet your questions and send your comments to Bayport Radio on Twitter, voice of BP.
It's all come down to this. The tournament's on, and you're living and breathing college basketball. But if you've never been to Anduzzi's to watch the games, your March isn't anywhere near mad enough. Want to know what makes Anduzzi's so different? Anduzzi's owns the dance. Anduzzi's is the best seat in the house to watch college basketball. All month, $7 pizzas and $7 pitchers of beer during every game of the tournament. Take the Anduzzi's challenge to win a basketball hoop or Callaway golf clubs. So, what makes Anduzzi's so different? Anduzzi's, where your fun begins and stays all through March. Why? Because Anduzzi's owns the dance.
Synergy Sports Performance is your local athletes training facility. We build for speed, agility, and physical strength to make them better on the field. And we build character to make them better off the field. Work out with us at synergyfields.com.
If a training run turns into a sprained ankle or spring yard work stresses out your shoulder, go to the Acute Injury Clinic at Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists. It's not urgent care. It's not the ER. It's the same-day orthopedic care directly from an orthopedic physician, and no appointment is needed. The Acute Injury Clinic at OSMS is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., located at 2223 Lime Kiln Road in Green Bay. Learn more at osmsgb.com.
You're listening to Bayport Pirates Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
Mike Frieder out there, Bayport principal, listening along with us as we get to set number 2.
Providing notes, no doubt, little suggestions for improvement. Mr. Frieder takes his broadcast very seriously, so we appreciate his feedback.
Well, he is the volleyball expert, isn't he?
Well, mostly for you. I mean, he's giving you notes.
Oh.
As a fellow analyst, he understands that what we do is more art than science, although we approach it very differently.
You're a little calmer.
Well.
Just a little.
Yeah. We appreciate his support of the voice of Bayport and all that you do for us, Chris, as a school district and as a community. And, it doesn't happen without leadership. Mike certainly, while he enjoys participating, his support for being able to do things like this for our student athletes and for their families and for our fans is a lot of fun. Even more fun when they win. Let's get one back here. Down 1-0. It's underway with Kimberly serving.
Swing left side is Grace, blocked by Dunaway, teamed up with Eva Johnson. Couple of juniors send it back.
It's as though Kimberly was in the Bayport huddle. Hey, let's get Izzy involved early. Let's get that arm warmed up. And Kimberly said, yeah, we're going to have something to say about that.
Macy Herman, the setter, to serve. Grace again left side, and this one's going to go right into the legs of Coach Nate Lederman. First-year head coach. Is the acting athletic director for volleyball. As Ryan McGinnis tends to regional final soccer for Kimberly tonight, is the old head coach, Jeff Ninehouse.
That's good research, Chris.
Walked in, I said, Coach, how we doing? This Bayport a hitting error. It's already 3-0 here in the second.
Similar to the first set, Kimberly comes out, stacks a little lead, and then Bayport has to try to play catch-up.
Macy Herman again. Bayport can't handle. 4-0 out of the chute in the second.
Third ace of the night for Kimberly. Bayport just not in a flow offensively. Kimberly winning points and winning short ones.
Right side, Hendricks cross court. Bayport's on the board. It took 5 points to get there.
Yeah, she's been the best offensive option. And just like that, she'll rotate to the back row and become the quarterback. She'll be setting the ball. She's got Cadence Roosh, Izzy Grace, and Ellie McDermott up front as targets.
Service coming from Hendricks to the back line, dug out nicely by the Papermakers. They have to send over a ball off balance, but Bayport overpasses. Play at the net. Net might have been shaken, but no call. We continue. Izzy Grace, a heel shot or off the heel of her hand. Go out, called a roll shot. Attack right side by Katie Schultz. She tries to go cross court, but misses the left sideline. Bayport 2-4.
One of just a handful of unforced errors by Kimberly, and Bayport with a little early life. A little serving run here from Kyla. Down just a couple.
Picks out Ava Rank. Push left side. Dunaway somehow keeps it over the net and gets a little something on it. Swing by Roche, and the block a little tardy to get up for the Papermakers.
Yeah, tight dig out of the net by Izzy Grace. Kyla comes in and sets the ball just millimeters away from the barrier. She pops it straight up, and Cadence wails it off the block. Good offense, good hustle by Bayport.
3 straight for the Pirates, down 3-4. Start of the second. Swing right side. It's Schultz again. This time the outside hitter saw a couple of Pirate arms in front of her and just knocks it off the block.
Bayport did something here in the early going they really didn't in the opening set, and that's string a couple points together. 3 straight for the Pirates after trailing 4-0. We'll see if they can get it right back.
Hendricks, an extremely athletic play. She goes to just make contact with the ball. Works almost as a finger roll, and it goes over the net and a Bayport point.
Yeah, having to do that from the ground is Kyla because she's a back row player. That's what the coach is talking to the down official about. Is she's back row setter. She can't be leaving the ground and attacking the ball, but neither the up official nor the down official saw it that way. And it will stay Bayport's ball. Kyla knows. Had we replay a la college volleyball, I think they'd probably reverse that.
I think you're correct, but a heck of a heads-up play by Hendricks nonetheless. Rouge dives on the floor, keeps a tip off. Hoffman rolls, shut off the heel of her hand, and Josie trying to aim for the front corner of Kimberly that was vacant.
Yeah.
Just never got enough on.
Josie sees 6'4" Kyla Dunaway in front of her and says, maybe I'll roll this over. That looks like a cumbersome barrier to go around. That's the impact of height.
Reese, the freshman, and a service ace for the other Ava.
4th of the match for Kimberly to just 1 error. Solid in all aspects of the game. I wouldn't say passing or settings exceptional tonight for Kimberly, but gosh, their bevy of hitters are making up for any minor transgressions.
Again, Ava Reese, again, service ace, 8-4 second set.
Yeah, just a freshman. I don't know what conference stats would look like, but she's got a live one from the service stripe.
She'll serve from straight away, the basketball free throw lane. High set left side, and Josie Hoffman, this time the jump of Kyla, maybe a bit of a miss hit. That one went high into the banners.
Yeah, that was a tweener. And a rare miss by the Bayport setter.
Bayport bench has to chase away. A 20-foot free ball comes over from Trinity Crone. Right back set to Dunaway, and a big swing goes down.
Yeah, that's a facial. 10-foot ball by Dunaway, and the official calling for a timeout so that Bayport can check in with libero Trinity Crone. Says she's fine, probably a little embarrassed at this point. She's getting a lot of unwanted attention after taking an absolute pill off her noggin.
By my count, it's 39 state championship banners.
I knew you'd count. I said dozens. I'm not wrong.
No, 3 dozen plus.
Wow. Yeah, that's no joke.
And Ava Reese show at the service line continues. 4 times back there. 3 of them have been aces.
Yeah, she's special.
11-4 Kimberly all of a sudden extending a lead here in the second.
Yeah, Bayport, after going down 0-4, scored 3 straight off of Kyla Hendricks' serving rotation. Kimberly answers with a 7-1 run to force the Bayport timeout.
Cindy Klemp, Marsha Nass watching with us. Send us a note, get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. Wherever you might be listening with us. Chris and Brian, Regional Final Volleyball. Well, taken by Kimberly. Let Vandervest Harley-Davidson Green Bay turn your two-wheel fantasy into a reality. Vandervest, full-service destination dealership on Velp Avenue on the beautiful Duck Creek. You don't know how to ride? No problem. Vandervest Harley-Davidson, a fully accredited riding academy, serving through the end of this month. Visit them at vvhd.com to find out your freedom.
Trinity smiling as she comes back to the court. Teammates checking on her. It's a tough position, man. Libero, your job is to go back there and take all the heat from those big frontline hitters. Caden Roosh, nice contact on the ball. Ball was set in a little bit, and she hit the upper and inside of the ball to, kind of swipe it down the line. Bit of a screwball swing. Great athletic play by Caden Roosh for the kill, her third of the night.
Our player of the match on Thursday. She played a whale of a match in the victory, 4-set victory over Pulaski.
Yeah, she'd like to have a word with Trinity Crone about most improved this season. Both those two players have really brought it.
Overpass, that is played by Knutz and dug out by Kimberly. Tip at the net on a swing from the Papermakers. And a down ball is going to be played by Hoffman. Goes cross court. Libero, Rank diving to her right, keeps it off the floor. Bayport dives to keep off a tip at the 10-foot line where Kimberly has been tipping constantly.
Again, we saw them tip as they saw Kyla Hendricks trying to move into offensive position. Kyla wasn't cheating her defensive position, but Kimberly's just reading that well. That is clearly a point of focus for them, is to make those Bayport setters stay home and defend their spot. So far, advantage Kimberly.
Papermakers 12-5 as Hendricks has to track one down. Roosh off the right side and again off the block. Cadence coming alive in the second. Pirates down 6.
Good for Bayport to develop some options as Ella Engel's back in, so Kyla switches to hitter in the front row. She's joined by Josie and Allie.
Ella waits for the official's blow, and the whistle gives her the direction to serve it from right to left as you watch on with us. Trinity Crone diving to her right, keeps it off the floor. Bayport, a free ball comes over right to left. Pass up to Rank, set left side, push to the back line, and Budenhagen doesn't let things slow down, and Bayport can't get back in position. Budenhagen with the kill.
So fast in transition. Kimberly gets that pass right up to Setter. Setter's off her feet, pushes it outside on a real low trajectory. Didn't even need to swing at that ball. It was just wide open, tip down the line. Great offense by the host team.
Budenhagen earns herself the service, picks out Hendricks, pops it up to Engels. She has to chase all over the court to get it, so Bayport sends over a free ball. Set from Herman, backslide, swing, cross court, and down Allie Sprangers with the kill.
Yeah, another perfect pass off the free ball, and Kimberly's offense is clicking into gear. 14-6. Great student section from Bayport, but not much to cheer about when you're up against a juggernaut right now in the Papermakers.
Yeah, Kimberly's got the first 4 points of this set. Second set.
They're going to give Josie Hoffman the kill there. That ball gently landed on her hand for a moment before it was carried over the net. No call by the officials. They've called this very loose tonight, but consistently. As long as they're calling it the same way both sides, no complaint. We saw a pretty tight match in the regional semis.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, a lot of ball handling touches. Not a lot of room for error by the setters, but well called tonight. They're letting them play. As the attack sails wide. A couple of unforced errors here helping Bayport hang around, down 6.
8-14 here midway through the second set. Papermakers took the first one handily. Taylor Larson serves straight down the middle that Ella Rossner has to play. Tip over the Pirate block by Sprangers. Bayport down the middle, covered up nicely again. It will be Sprangers. Swing right side with Barden and Jenna into the net. Bayport 3 straight points, 9-14.
2 of them on unforced errors. So again, Kimberly keeping Bayport in it as the miss hit from Larson off the jump serve kills the rally.
As soon as Taylor hit it, she was shaking her hand. Just a bit of a mistouch. Papermakers 15-9. They serve with their libero, Ava Rank again. As far left as she can go. In line with the sidelines. Engels to right side to Hendricks. Big, mighty swing out of number 3, and Kyla a kill.
Kyla with 5 on the night. Engels to Hendricks is going to be the recipe here in these rotations.
See, as the night moves along also, if we can get some score updates through the rest of the sectional. Service from Crone. Pass up to Herman. High on the left
Nice set.
side. Schultz, big swing, and she sends that one almost directly down.
Yeah, I wasn't complimentary of Herman's impact in the first set. Didn't need to have much of an impact. Boy, she's dishing this set. Macy Herman puts it out there on a platter. Look out below for Bayport.
Bayport again, this time attack from Grace. Blocked at the net. Up in the middle, Ava Johnson.
17-10. Kimberly just stacks on the points. Every time they get a serve, it's 3 or 4 in a row, and that's why they're the 2 seed. Another service ace. 4 in the set, 7 overall. Bayport, excuse me, Chris, Bayport back row just kind of stunned into silence. Not a lot of communication. They're under siege right now.
Serving the Papermakers to an 8-point advantage in the second, 18-10. Make it 19-10.
Yeah, the first contact was a miss. Ellie McDermott came running behind the official stand and played it outside of the net onto the other court. If that were tennis, that would be legal. But it's not. It's volleyball.
Timeout taken by the Pirates as they're back down by 9, climbed in within 4. But back to a 9-point deficit. Shout out to boys cross country sectional champs today, Brian. They're headed to state. Tony Adrianson took second. If you followed the football game last night, he did beat the Manitowoc runner.
Outstanding top-heavy team this year for Bayport. They've had years in the past where they've had, you know, a runner, a special runner at the top. They've got a couple guys led by Tony that led them to past Preble, right? Preble's have been a dominant cross-country team to the sectional championship. That's outstanding.
And it's Kimberly Papermakers. The girls' side was sectional runner-up, so the girls' team for Kimberly is also headed to Rapids.
Nothing like those images of cross-country runners, stocking cap, and then their lightweight Harrier gear this time of year. Sometimes the snowflakes are falling at state in Wisconsin Rapids. It's rite of passage on that hilly golf course. Track. Exciting times. Congratulations to Bayport cross-country team on the guys' side.
Out of the timeout, Bayport down 19-10.
Nice
Pushed down the middle,
run.
Ellie McDermott. Bayport's best offense consistently has been towards the middle of the floor.
Nice run. They've been pumping it to Kyla in that last rotation before Ella goes out. Kyla's now in the back row serving, and that time they ran a little misdirection. That's good coaching out of the timeout. Let's get the middle involved here as Kyla serves it into the net. Again, Kimberly sides out well. They really keep Bayport from any much more than 2 or 3 points at a time. Gosh, more often than not, it's been one and done. That's how you build a double-digit lead. Run away with it here, 20-11.
Crone has to dive on the floor to keep it off, and Bayport sends it over the tip. Free ball back, left to right from the Papermakers. Hendricks from Larson, back right side with Roosh off the block, and Cadence Roosh again, Bayport's most consistent swinger tonight.
Great transition offense by Bayport, an area where the team has shown its most improvement since the beginning of the year. Stepping in, getting that pass quickly up to set, and then those setters have 3 targets in the 6-2 offense. That time it was Roosh on the right side. She's been a late season revelation.
Yeah, she saved her arm for the postseason, it seems. She got a lot of right arm swings.
Something to be said for fresh arms and legs.
Yeah, Thursday and tonight. Quick set, run down the middle, Dunaway, dug out nicely by Izzy Grace. She'll play a down ball from 20 feet away, and it'll go down for a kill as Bayport keeps it off the floor and gets rewarded.
Izzy Grace, high degree of difficulty. First of all, she takes the absolute dart solo in the back row off of Kyla Dunaway, and then she plays the down ball to perfection, hitting the sideline for the kill.
Budenhagen into a double, and Bayport can't press the net enough, and it falls down to the Pirates' side. 21-13, Papermakers trying to wrap up the second.
Yeah, any 4 of these hitters, Schultz, Budenhagen, Sprangers, Dunaway, any 4 of these would be a dominant player in the FRCC. And that's Kimberly starters. I mean, they're just that strong top to bottom.
Grace pops up the service from Budenhagen, or rather from Ava Reese, and Bayport sends it long. 22-13.
Yeah, Roosh not quite able to get fingertips on that swing. Again, similar to the opening set, Bayport finds itself down double digits and just unable to put pressure on.
Free ball over from Crone. Jump set by Macy Herman. Tip over. Pirates cover. Crone left side to Josie Hoffman. This time off the pin. Aims back corner, but misses well long.
Linesman swings the flag at the ball as it passes
Olay.
by eye level. Yeah, that was a very interesting, not fundamentally sound call, but his point was well made. Yeah.
That's a red flag, right? Like
Yeah.
the bull waving them on.
Literally a red flag. Down 10. Red flags here for Bayport.
Hendricks left side to Hoffman again. This time a shot off the heel of her hand. Herman right side to Dunaway going cross court. Pirates pop it up into the rafters. Over on 2 to the back line and just missing. Cadence Roosh looking for the spot and maybe 2 inches wide.
Yeah, tried a little too much there, did Kate. She thought she was closer to the net than she was. Not really playing an overpass and couldn't lollipop it over to the open spot. But the hot hand of Ava Reese dishes up the service error, just the second of the night by our count for Kimberly. Gives Bayport the ball, a 10-point deficit. They'll need 10 straight, Chris. Kayla Torp got to dial in to fight off a second set defeat here.
Standing serve by Torp, popped into the air by Emma Reese. Herman's back set to Dunaway, tipped to the net by Bayport. They're going to have to send over a free ball, but miscommunication. Pirates collide, and the ball is going to find itself on the floor. And 25-14, Papermakers take the second.
Yeah, Kimberly just not letting Bayport have any oxygen right now. The Papermakers scoring points in bunches and keeping Bayport from doing the same. 25-15, 25-14, 2 in a row for the host 2 seed as they look to close out the sweep against Bayport coming up in set 3.
To the third, we move from Kimberly High School here in the WIAA Regional Final. We'll step aside, take a break. Kimberly trying to wrap things up. You listen to Bayport Pirate Volleyball.
Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill. Zesty's, serving up a full food and frozen custard menu. Now open right across from Bayport High School at 2639 Lineville Road. Offering a different flavor of the day, each day 11 until 9. Try their weekly special baskets or enjoy some of Zesty's awesome, fresh, frozen custard. Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. Welcome to Bell & Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, where we've taken the best of sports medicine and orthopedic care and placed it where the world can find it, in the Titletown district next to Lambeau and in a league of its own. At Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, we've made sure every aspect of your experience feels like a home field advantage. With elite care from the same sports medicine's fellowship physicians who treat the world's best athletes. So whether you're an athlete who wants to get back in the game, or someone who just wants to get back to life with less pain, Titletown is where your comeback begins. Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics from Bell & Health. We write comeback stories. Learn more at bellin.org/Titletown.
Townline Pub and Grill. Looking for a place to grab some food? Stop at Townline. Taste the mouth-watering burgers, gourmet pizza, and endless appetizers, offering a casual atmosphere and a lively feel. Why not stop in on the way to the game? Grab a bite to eat after the game, too. A night out, a group gathering after a sporting event, or even a birthday. We want to thank you for your patronage. Townline, where the people come for the food and stay for the fun.
Hey, let's be honest. You know how it is. If you're a sports fan, there is no such thing as too much sports information. Well, that's just one of the reasons to follow Voice of BP on Twitter. We're talking live tweeting every Bayport broadcast. And don't stop there. Like us on Facebook, because when it comes to Pirate sports, the more ways to get it, the better.
2-0 your score. Papermakers leading the Pirates, and we are a set away perhaps from ending the volleyball season. See Tyler across the way from Bell & Health Titletown. Bayport's athletic trainer brings the wife and the little one tonight as he has to go climb and chase.
Date night, yeah, boy, that kid's accelerating up the bleachers. He's doing a little hill workout, Dad. Cut him some slack. Now they're negotiating. Kid just keeps climbing. Yeah, you go. Yep. Right up the side of the bleachers. That's Fun times in the gym, man. Date night with a little one. Everyone's at home asleep by 8. Underway here. Kyla serves it up for Bayport.
Tip that Hendricks has to dive to her right, keeps it off the floor. It'll be Crone to the left side to Izzy Grace. Blocked but out of play, and Bayport wins the first point of the third, and now the student section stands.
Good swing by Izzy. Kimberly sent it straight down, but just wide.
Herman over on 2. Hendricks again taken out of the play. Boy, that's well scouted. Roost on the line. Back line by Budenhagen, covered up. Schultz blocked at the net by Bayport. Kimberly's going to send over free ball left to right. Tipped at the net by Bayport. Larson to Hendricks. Pirates diving all over the place. And what should have been a free ball, McDermott thought she could get up to it, and no offense, Sully, but it kind of threw Bayport away.
Yeah, disadvantage of getting that touch at the net by McDermott, and it was just an effort play, was that it kind of threw off the second contact. And
Hendricks set behind her head. Izzy Grace going to poke one down the line. Have a rank diving forward. Pirates going to tip on the swing left side. They'll have it with Grace on their left side. Swing to the back line. Budenhagen digs it up. Herman pass to Schultz left side. Big swing and a little long by Katie. Point to Bayport. They lead 2-1.
After back-to-back 0-3 starts to sets 1 and 2, Bayport out early. Just a 1-point lead, but a lead nonetheless. Trying not to let the Papermakers run away and hide here in set 3.
I think this is where student section, you're going to try to give a little momentum. Ball hit to the back corner, is out of system is Kimberly, but Bayport's going to return the favor with the free ball. Left side of the floor, Budenhagen to Herman, quick run, push to the back corner. Again, Eva Johnson picks out Hendricks. She's been taken out of the play all 4 points already. Blocked by McDermott, and a lift called on Kimberly. 3-1 Pirates.
Yeah, double contact there on the lift. Great block by Ellie McDermott. Bayport block coming to life here. 3-1 Pirates.
They are going right at the Bayport setter. Kyla's as athletic as anybody, but they don't have Ella Ingalls on the floor right now as that second setter.
Well, when they have that 6-2 offense, you don't have a right side that's used to stepping in and having to set that second ball. You know, in other rotations, Kyla and Ella are both in there. So by taking Kyla out in these rotations, it really puts pressure on the Bayport offense and essentially is a free ball factory for Kimberly right now.
Kill by Dunaway immediately out of the Bayport serve. Papermakers within 2-3. Hoffman pushed the back line, covered up nicely by Macy Herman, but she's out of place. She'll Dunaway right side. Bayport gets a block, but they can't keep it on the Kimberly side. 3-3.
Block was there, just wasn't sealed. Didn't press the arms across the net. We've got a great view up here from the broadcast booth, and it was straight up and down for the Pirates.
Dave Finger, Ben Cabot, Travis Herber watching along with us. Pirates down 2-0 here in the regional final. Rank passes one, keeps it inside the perimeter. Digs it and actually overpasses. Bayport has to play a down ball. Rank to Herman, set left side. Budenhagen going for the push down the line, and Bayport can't keep the block in. They got hands on it again, but it goes out of play in Kimberly. 4-3 in the third.
Bayport block getting a lot of touches tonight.
Hendricks, middle of the floor, left side, Josie Hoffman, big swing, off an arm, through the back line, and into the Kimberly fans. 4-4.
Nice put away from Hoffman on the left side.
Josie hasn't really gotten, if she's had 8 swings tonight, they've all been 5 to 10 feet off the net. None of them have been close.
Yeah, she's in the rotation where Kyla's setting her, and Kyla coming in, setting those high outside, left side balls. Just not quite dialed in tonight for Josie.
Allie Dickey comes in to serve, but
at the same time, we're seeing Kyla really liking Cadence Roosh on the right side in those same rotations. So just a matter of, there's only one ball to go around.
Right. Feed the hot hand sometimes, right?
Well, true, and hasn't been any one dominant hand this year for Bayport. And Izzy Grace is the leader in kills, but they've really had a balanced offensive attack.
Hoffman, a roll shot off the heel of her hand again to the left side of the floor as we watch on. Budenhagen off the top of the net. It bounces up into the air. Crone to Hendricks, trying to go over on 2. And Kyla maybe a little further away from the net than she anticipated. And Kimberly now up by 2.
Now, that's not a ball she misses very much. That's usually a slam dunk play for Kyla, to borrow the basketball metaphor for the Pirates starter.
Ava Reese Service. Bayport has to play a down ball from 10 feet off. Dunaway blocked at the net by Bayport. Played again by Kimberly. Left side by Budenhagen. Skies one, covered up by Hendricks. Crone high to the left side. Josie Hoffman, big approach, big swing, and a kill for number 11.
Yeah, Hoffman's ready. She got 3 kills on the night. She's doing some work on the left side, Chris.
Pirates not letting things get away. It got up to 2, Brian. Important to keep it close.
Best rotation here for the Pirates. Ella Engels serving. She's got Kyla Hendricks, Josie Hoffman, Allie Knutson. Strong server. Back for Bayport. Time to go on a run.
She picks out Katie Schultz. Budenhagen left side, and Bayport can't keep their block up strong. And another kill for Ella Budenhagen.
A missed opportunity, but got to shake it off here. You just have Kyla Dunaway rotating to the back row. So side it out and get a scoring run. Dunaway helps with the
Swinging a
service
drive
error.
to center and deep.
Yeah, that was a double, ringing double off the wall for Dunaway. In volleyball, it's not a good thing.
6-7. Pirates within 1. Taylor Larson, the 12th grader, picks out Jenna Barden. Backslide, going for a tip because Springers can't get to it. High on the left side, Izzy Grace, back corner. Ava Rank keeps it off the floor for the Papermakers. Budenhagen blocked at the net by Bayport, and we're even at 7.
Just the second of the night. Give it to Knutson and Kyla Hendricks. Bayport, as we said, Chris, getting a lot of touches at the net, but not sending any back. That time they did.
It's one thing to block it. It's another to keep it in play when you block it. Bayport has gotten enough hands on balls tonight. Here's Engels, keeps it off the floor. Hendricks, left side to Izzy Grace. A little tip over the double block, covered up. Joust at the net, tipped over to Engels to Hendricks. Allie Knutson, middle run, and number 12 gives Bayport back the lead.
Yeah, in this rotation, Ella defends that setter position really well. And when she's taken out of the play, you've got Kyla in the front row who can set the ball or even attack on that second rotation because she's a front row player. So again, that's why I think this is Bayport's most favorable rotation.
Tip kill and a good one by Allie Sprangers.
Yeah, right in the middle of the donut for Bayport. 6 players standing around and watching the ball fall down the hole.
Just right in the middle of the campfire.
Yeah. It's a good tip. Caught everyone on their heels. Tied up at 8 though.
Service by number 8. Allie Knutson is going to play a down ball to the back line. That would have been well out, but it's played by Kimberly. They have to send over a free ball. Larson up to Engels. Quick set down the middle to Knutson. A friendly bounce off the top of the net. Redirects over and falls in.
Yeah, 3 kills all in this set for Allie Knutson, and Ella Engels has found something she likes in the middle hitter.
She goes out on the rotation. In comes McDermott in the front line. Pirates a 9-8 lead in the third. They trail 2 sets to none here at Kimberly High School. Crone back line picks out Barden again. Set left side, Katie Schultz. Big swing off an arm and a Schultz kill.
Nice read by Schultz off the inside blocker. Ellie McDermott points to her elbow. Yeah, that's where she got you. Tied up again, but Bayport's siding out well here in the third set. Not letting any Kimberly runs happen.
Pink shoelaces for Ava Rank. She'll serve it. Run down the middle again. Engels has really dialed up the middle, and it's Ellie McDermott with the termination.
Yeah, great setting rotation there for Ella Engels. Really working the middles into the offense, defending her position.
10-9 Pirates. High lobbing serve by Hendricks. It's going to go down for a kill. An ace.
She missed that, Chris, or was that intentional?
That didn't clear the net by 2 feet in terms of distance-wise, not height.
Bit of a lollipop. Worked for Kyla.
Herman high on the left side. Katie Schultz a little too high maybe. Bayport's able to dig it out with Crone back line. Grace going back corner. Big swing by Izzy Grace. Bayport by 3. And this is going to be a timeout by the Papermakers. Coach Lederman wants to talk things over. 12-9 here in the third.
Bench fired up. Student section on their feet. Bayport doing it with offense. Taking the fight to the Papermakers here in the third set. Coming off a great rotation for Ella Engels, setting through 3 back row spots, and then Kyla takes the ball back to serve and dials one up for Izzy Grace. Good balance from the Bayport offense tonight. 4 kills for Grace, 5 for Hendricks, 5 for Roosh, 4 for McDermott, 4 for Hoffman. Impressive run for Bayport. But again, all that to get a meager 3-point lead. You know, you really have to be playing at your peak to pull an upset at this stage of the tournament.
12-9 Pirates in the third. Out of the timeout, it'll be Kyla Hendricks from straight away in the back line for Bayport.
She's got Izzy Grace, Cadence Roosh, and Ellie McDermott up front.
Herman doesn't move an inch, and she'll send it over on 2. Hendricks, a back set to Roosh, right side, tracks it over her shoulder, and Cadence Roosh continues her run from the right side.
Yeah, that's a shot maker's play. Second time we've seen Cadence do that tonight. She's coming in from the right side. Set wasn't there. She's just trying to make something out of nothing. And she hits the top and inside of that ball and sends it short for the kill.
And there's the Hendricks, really short serve, high serve. Bayport can't block it at the net. And Kimberly gets away with one.
It's a good off-season area of improvement for the Pirates block, getting up and across the net. They're not sealing that block. A lot of balls down the front of the Bayport blockers tonight.
10-13, Pirates lead. Herman, the setter for Kimberly, is back to serve. Izzy Grace is going to take a back row attack from 20 feet away. An overpass, tip at the net by McDermott, and the left hand sends it back. Bayport
Call it
point.
A kill or a block. Either way, McDermott was there.
What is it officially?
We'd call that a kill.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd always err towards the side of a kill. Typically, if they go up one-handed, you know, there's a little statistician discretion there, but
Life of an SID.
yeah, you know, you get to make stuff up sometimes.
Herman set behind her head, right side to Schultz, and you can see her try to swing inside out on it, misses it.
Up official calls a touch.
Oh.
Giving it back to Kimberly.
Nobody touched that ball. We're actually, from this vantage point, we had a pretty good angle on
Yeah,
it.
no one touched it. Coach Polkashu was asking him to clarify what number, and he is declining to pick a number out of the hat to explain to Coach. I'm going to say that's because it likely was not touched, Chris. However, unusual that you would see an overrule of 2 very clear calls by both the down official and the linesman.
Play continues. The Pirates up by 3. Make it up by 4. Izzy Grace from the back row. 15-11 Pirates in the third.
Some people might say ball don't lie, Chris, when the Bayport comes right back with a point. I wouldn't say that. Some people might say that.
Chris and Brian from Kimberly High School. Great to have you along on a Saturday night. Regional final volleyball here, part of the WIAA postseason, Division 1.
Senior Callie Dickey into serve. She subs out McDermott for a rotation, and the libero will come back in.
And a big, heavy serve from Dickey. That bottom drops out at the last second. Bayport diving, keeps off the floor. A dig that leads to an overpass. Over on 2 goes Kimberly, but Bayport plays it. Josie Hoffman, big swing back line. Kept off the floor by Emma Reese. Run down the line, a push by Budenhagen. Budenhagen doesn't really swing. She pushes a lot, but it's been super effective, and another one there.
On that left side, we're seeing Kimberly really split the Bayport block well. Not just because the block isn't necessarily set well for the Pirates, just because they're athletic enough and skilled enough to make that shot.
Eva Reese, the freshman, back into serve. Pirates leading by 3, leading by 4. Maybe the first time all night, Brian, that Bayport side outs immediately on an Ava Reese serve.
Yeah, that's how you're going to pull away here, is not let Kimberly do what they've done all night. I mean, 25-15, 25-14, Bayport's already eclipsed their total of either the first 2 sets here, leading 16-12.
And Ella Ingalls picks out the libero. Herman, back set to Dunaway. Bayport gets up 11-12. Hoffman and Knutson. Pirates by 5.
Nothing better than a roof. Most exciting play in volleyball. You got the other team's best hitters swinging away, and you send it back at them.
Pirates, their largest lead of the evening, trying to hang tight here and take the third. Ingalls again from straightaway. Picks out Reese. And a misplayed pass by the Papermakers draws a timeout and an 18-12 Pirate advantage.
Yeah, Coach Letterman's team's a little rattled right now. Bayport being aggressive, nothing left to lose, down 2-0. Season on the line. Seeing aggressive swings from Josie Hoffman. Nice kills mid-set from Allie Knutson, and a couple big blocks for Bayport. Again, trying to fire on all aspects of the game here to stay in this match. And they did it. They did it by coming out of the third set and not allowing that early Kimberly lead, right? They played tight early. 2-1 lead doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you get down early and you get on your heels, tough to come back against a superior opponent on paper. This time Bayport played tight early, was tied 9-9. A quick little run with some putaways on the Bayport side has led to a 6-point Pirates lead, largest of the night by far for Bayport.
18-12, Pirates in the third.
Truly only lead of the night in this third set. Did not lead at all in the sets 1
Never
or 2.
one time did they lead in the opening 2 sets. Left side, Budenhagen, big swing, dug out by Trinity Crone. Engels to Knutson, push to the back line, covered up by the Papermakers. Again, it'll be Budenhagen, a tip over the block, covered up by Engels. Hendricks chases it down, and a misplay where Bayport, sometimes you just got to live to play another day, and they don't send over the free ball.
Yeah, Josie tried to hit the perfect shot, and just a point. Ella Engels defends the position so well. Just gave up her body on that second contact to keep Bayport in the play, but Kimberly point.
Left side, Hendricks going back line, missing long. Kimberly within 4.
So again, back-to-back unforced errors after building a 6-point lead. Can Bayport dial back in? We've got their best player, Dunaway, in the back row for the next 3 rotations.
Back set to Josie Hoffman. We don't often see her on the right side, but she'll get a kill this time and then rotate out. 19-14 Pirates.
Killing a big old fist pump from Josie. 4th of the night to go with a block. Again, one of a bevy of juniors for Bayport. The future is bright for this Pirates team.
Larson, a dart over the top of the net. Herman, back row attack, tip over. Knutson is there to block it back. Herman now back set for a cross-court kill. Allie Sprangers again. Boy, 15 is not the first or second option, but she is a whale of a right-handed swing.
Yeah, nice cross-court. Finds the line. Tip your cap on that play. Ella Engels talking to Kyla. What are we supposed to do about that?
15 comes in when 16 takes his seat. Service ace for Budenhagen, and Kimberly Bryan within 16-19.
8 aces to 3 errors on the night.
Serve again coming
Kimberly
from Ella.
Encroaching in the rearview mirror here of Bayport.
Larson can't handle. Bayport's going to send over a free ball from 20 feet away, left side. Pass up to Herman. Quick set, backslide. Tipped at the net by Bayport. It was a swing by Sprangers. Bayport right side attack by Hendricks. Tipped at the net by Kimberly. And Bayport will get the kill. 4-point lead, 5 away from the set.
Free ball to Kimberly. Bayport comes back and gets a touch on the transition play and converts in transition. Ella Engels to Kyla Hendricks. It's not a play Bayport was making at the start of the season.
Trinity Crone to the heavy serve. Attack left side by Katie Schultz. Bayport keeps it off the floor with Larson. Pass to Engels. Left side attack. Izzy Grace, a little cut shot inside out, and it falls.
Izzy covers the mask, which was covering her mouth. She says, no, don't celebrate that play. That was a miss hit and a half. But 5-point lead for Bayport with 4 points to go.
Herman high on the left side to Schultz. She's going to have to try to tip it off the block as she's off balance. Bayport right side. Larson back row attack and down the middle. Asola was there, but Larson able to muscle it through the block.
Defensive specialist Larson from the back row. That's an aggressive play out of a back row player. And that's how you win a set. Up 6. Closing is Bayport.
Schultz again left side, going back line. Trinity Crone keeps it off the floor. Engels back set to Hendricks, a tip over the block. Herman has to play it. Setter's out of the play. Schultz cross court. Crone pops it up into the rafters. Engels run down the middle. McDermott back line, tipped and down Bayport.
Trinity Crone doing work, not just getting her hand on the ball on these hard-driven left side shots from Kimberly, but getting the ball up to setter.
23-16, trying to close out the set.
Yeah, game-changing plays here from the Bayport libero. She takes the ball back to serve. Trinity Crone taking a shot off the dome early, but coming back.
Kimberly pops one up. Push right side, tip over the net, covered up by Hendricks. Grace off the floor, sends it to the middle, and Larson will send over free ball right to left, and she can't keep it in the playing surface. It goes out.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fadeaway there. She got to the ball, but then had kind of set her feet and was falling backwards, and the free ball was 25 feet to the right. Just a very unusual miss hit, almost like when you pull your head on the golf swing. Well, when you pull your head on your golf swing,
oh boy,
and you miss.
Yes,
you know.
yes, 2 fairways right.
Yeah. Most of us don't do that, but sometimes.
Ava Rank trying to keep Kimberly in it here in the third. Angles left side to Grace, 15 feet off. Plays almost a back row attack. Schultz left side. Bayport gets another hand on a ball at the net. Engels middle run to McDermott, and a termination by Ellie. And Bayport has set point in the third.
That's what you need to do with a perfect pass. Bring your middle into the offense. Put the pressure on the blockers. Bayport, Ellie McDermott converts. 7th kill of the night. Set point for Bayport with 7 to play. The Pirates finding something.
Rank digs it out. Block on the Schultz swing attempt. Quick set to McDermott down the middle. Overpass. She'll try to play it again. Dug out by Ava Rank again. McDermott, another solo block in the middle. Play continues. Backslide. Ball never gets over, and Bayport takes the third set.
Yeah, Ellie McDermott, a presence down the stretch in set 3 with the Pirates digging deep to find a little something and extend the match. Bayport wins 25-17. Contributions up and down the roster, but it was the rotation of Ella Engels coming in to serve and set 3 straight. It just kept Bayport in the match. The Pirates were only leading by 1 at that stage, 9-8, but Ella didn't allow Kimberly to make that run. And then when Bayport got a few free points off unforced errors and offense started to heat up, the Pirates ran away with it in set 3, 25-17, Chris.
We'll step aside and take a break before the 4th set. Pirates now going to move to a 4th. See if they can take another one. They just took the 3rd by that 25-17 score. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Volleyball.
Do you have any questions or comments? Get involved with the game. Tweet your questions and send your comments to Bayport Radio on Twitter, Voice of BP.
It's all come down to this. The tournament's on, and you're living and breathing college basketball. But if you've never been to Anduzzi's to watch the games, your March isn't anywhere near mad enough. Want to know what makes Anduzzi's so different? Anduzzi's owns the dance. Anduzzi's is the best seat in the house to watch college basketball all month. $7 pizzas and $7 pitchers of beer during every game of the tournament. Take the Anduzzi's challenge to win a basketball hoop or Callaway golf clubs. So, what makes Anduzzi's so different? Anduzzi's, where your fun begins and stays all through March. Why? Because Anduzzi's owns the dance.
Synergy Sports Performance is your local athletes training facility. We build for speed, agility, and physical strength to make them better on the field. And we build character to make them better off the field. Work out with us at synergyfields.com.
If a training run turns into a sprained ankle or spring yard work stresses out your shoulder, go to the acute injury clinic at Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialist. It's not urgent care. It's not the ER. It's the same-day orthopedic care directly from an orthopedic physician, and no appointment is needed. The acute injury clinic at OSMS is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., located at 2223 Lime Kiln Road in Green Bay. Learn more at osmsgb.com.
You're listening to Bayport Pirates Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
We go to a 4th set from Kimberly High School. Papermakers leading the Pirates 2-1, but Bayport just took the 3rd, 25-17. A little momentum heading into the 4th.
Last 2 times these teams met in tournament play, it was Bayport coming out to open the match with the first set win. And then Kimberly adjusts, dials in, and closes out the Pirates. This time, Kimberly came out with authority, winning 25-15 and 25-14, but Bayport hung tight, came out with a purpose in the 3rd set, and really played virtually mistake-free volleyball to build a 6-point lead. They stretched it to 8 at the end, and the Pirates fired up, giving the student section something to cheer about. Kimberly will have the serve here in the 4th set. Still in the driver's seat, but the momentum on the Pirates side.
Engels starts on the floor. Grace plays a down ball to the left side of floor. Herman, quick set, run down the middle off the top of the tape. Played over by Eva Johnson, and a kill for Kimberly. And they will start set number 4 with a point.
Nice diving stab by Ella. Too little too late, though.
Biggest thing in set 3 is Bayport did not allow more than, 2-3 times Kimberly get back-to-back points.
Siding out was key for the Pirates.
Macy Herman with the heavy serve. Izzy Grace tipped to the net by Kimberly. Herman's going to track one down, set it behind her head to Kyla Dunaway, aims back line and catches the back line. The Bayport coaches looking right at the back perimeter, but the down of Mr. Don Dumas, heck of an official, and he calls it in.
Yeah, don't want to wake a sleeping giant in Kyla Dunaway. Not much of a factor in that third set that Bayport won, but an early kill here for Kimberly, up 2-0.
Again, Izzy Grace, third point. She goes for a swing left side. This time the double is waiting for her, Johnson and Dunaway, and it's a field goal already in the books for Kimberly.
Yeah, Dunaway sealed that line shot away from Izzy. Izzy was coming from a far outside approach and really had no option there. Well-executed block by Kimberly.
McDermott down the middle, tipped the net, covered up by Dunaway. Rank will play the second one. Schultz left side, swing back line, dug out by Larson for Bayport. A swing attempt from Grace again, left side. Kept off the floor by the Papermakers. Rally continues, roll shot over the net, covered up by Bayport. Down the line, by Hendricks, covered up by Bayport. Grace back to the left side, swing to the middle of the floor. Herman pops it up. Played up by Budenhagen, a free ball to the right side. Larson up to Engels. McDermott down the middle, big swing, and Bayport finally gets on the board in the fourth set, 1-3.
Yeah, those middles are going to be buying a really nice Christmas present for Ella Engels because she's making them look good tonight. Just setting up that middle ball in transition. Great hands from Ella tonight. Getting Bayport on the board here, still trailing 3-1.
Dunaway left side, and when she gets a running start, boy, that was as pretty as we've seen from the 6'4 junior.
Yeah, difference in the block there is the Kimberly block on that cross-court attempt from Grace closed it off and pressed the net. She had nowhere to go to keep it in bounds. That Bayport block not really pressing onto the Kimberly side. Easy cross-court kill.
4-1 Papermakers. Here's where Bayport's gotten side outs. In the third set, swing by Grace, blocked at the net. Herman's going to play it from the sideline. Free ball comes over from Rank. Larson backline, pass to the net, right to Hendricks, run down the middle by McDermott. Diving play by Rank, keeps it off the floor. Down ball played by Budenhagen. Crone up to Hendricks, whose feet stumble with a teammate, and Kyla's foot goes underneath the net. Again, the half-court stripe of the basketball floor and the volleyball floor. You could step on the line, but if your foot fully crosses over, which Kyla's did, then you are illegally touching the ball.
Yeah, just a collision between two offensive players. That happens.
Papermakers trying to push up what's a 5-1 advantage, and they do with Dunaway, right side attack from the bag.
Yeah, what was missing from the third set was that, Chris. The best player on the court, Kyla Dunaway, emphatically with 2 kills early on here. 6-1 Kimberly behind the hands of number 16.
Larson to Hendricks. Kyla doesn't move an inch. Grace pushed to the back line. Moving left and covering up was Emma Reese. Tip to the net, and into the net goes a Kimberly player. 1-0. Yep, they get Eva Johnson. Tickle in the twine.
Yeah, and basketball a good thing. Volleyball not so much.
Right.
Bayport with a free point here. Got to stack some together. Izzy Grace is back. It's McDermott and Hoffman, as well as Roosh up front. Triple block sends it back to Kimberly's side.
Left side, it'll be Dunaway. Tipped to the net by Bayport. They can't cover. Dunaway actually got a hand back on it with the block setting up with Josie Hoffman as well as Ellie McDermott. Pirates, they're still down by 3. They dug themselves an early hole in the fourth. 3-6.
Student section on its feet. Big block. Gets them fired up.
Overpass. McDermott is waiting for it. Off balance, Budenhagen. Crone back line for Bayport. Josie Hoffman, big swing, left side. Cross court and catching the line.
Got hands and the end line, or the sideline rather, for her 5th kill of the night. Josie Hoffman blocking a kill early on here. Bayport fighting back after a 6-1 deficit.
Pirates within 2. Grace through the end line and an ace for Bayport. 5-6 in the fourth.
Just the third ace of the night for Bayport. Only 2 errors, though, Chris. Not giving points away from the service line has been key. Keeping the ball in play has been key. Chance to tie it here.
Izzy Grace off the top of the net, and the forward spin carries it over. And it is 6-6, fourth set.
When you do that in tennis, you hold your racket up and apologize to the opponent because that's considered non-sporting. In volleyball, you pump your fist and go to the huddle with your team.
I don't know if she tried to do it again, but this one doesn't get over. It's into the net.
Yeah. Fired it right to the middle of the net, did Izzy. A little adrenaline after back-to-back aces.
7-6, Kimberly back in front. They have the service on the back line. It's going to come from the service ace of Ava Reese. Just a freshman, and Bayport can't handle her serve.
Yeah, double contact there off of Grace and Trinity Crone, and Kyla Hendricks recognized it, tried to send the third ball over, but she was already on the floor heading the wrong direction. Call it an ace again for Ava Reese.
Just a ninth
Special
grader.
server. Whew.
And she sends another low one. McDermott run down the middle to the back line, but miss hit. Bayport calling for a tip. I don't think there was anybody even up there.
No, I agree. I think that was just tried for the perfect spot and missed it slightly.
Papermakers 9-6 and the serve. And if you're out there, let us know where you're listening from. We'd love to hear from you. Reese again picks up Trinity Crone, pops one up to the 10-foot line. Rouge is going to go for a bit of a throw, I think, but she'll get away with it. She'll get credited with a kill.
Yeah, they've let that go both sides all night tonight, and she found the spot in the middle of the Kimberly lineup. You saw the setter, Macy Herman, just kind of run at the ball and half-heartedly kick at it because she knows she was caught flat-footed. Bayport down 2, Callie Dickey in serving.
Dickey with the Pirates down by a couple. Dunaway right side, down the line, and nothing that Izzy Grace can do but get out of the way.
Yeah, Bayport might be well served to just close off that line and make Dunaway take it across into Trinity Crone, right? Play into the strength of your defense, but Bayport block just not quite that sound yet. Looking forward to more of that next year from the Pirates.
Hendricks back set to Rouge, and the timing slightly off. Kimberly back up 4, 11-7.
5-1 run by the Papermakers.
Yeah, it was 6-6. Serve into the net by Dunaway will end the Papermakers service for the moment.
Just the 4th error of the night. No service errors in the loss in the 3rd set for Kimberly. Overall, 8 aces, 4 errors. Pirates, 4 aces, 3 errors. So service game, but a wash tonight.
Served by Ingalls. There is an ace. There's your wash.
2nd of the night for Ella. Again, my favorite rotation of Bayport. Ella comes in to serve and set. She's got Hoffman, Hendricks, Knutson up front. Puts pressure on that defense, makes them work.
Rank to Herman. Backslide. Tip over the net by Sprangers. Bayport covers it. Down ball played on the back line by Grace. Herman, backslide again by Sprangers. This time hits it next to the coaching staff and the bench. Out of play. Bayport 10-11.
Up official signaled twice like he wanted to call a touch, but didn't get any help from either down linesman, so he pulled it back. Really unusual workmanship there by the official. Another ace from Ella Engels.
11-11, Brian.
Just like that. And, you know, we haven't seen the Pirates go back row to Izzy Grace in this rotation. They're capable of doing it. Izzy is a back row attacker. So, truly, this is all firepower for the Pirates in this rotation. Tied back up is Bayport.
Ella Engels again from straight away. Lob serve that gets over to the middle 10-foot line. Attack left side by Budenhagen. Bayport gets a hand on it. Out of the net. Down ball play in the back row by Grace. Covered up by Kimberly. Sprangers into a double, and it's Knutson and Hoffman and the Pirates. From down by 4, they take the lead.
Big time block up front by Bayport.
Engels picking out Emma Reese. Tip at the net. Bayport covers. Knutson, big swing through the back line. Oh, kept off the floor by Rank. Free ball comes over to the right side. Grace up to Engels. Attack right side by Hendricks. Tipped at the net. Kimberly sends it over on 2. Knutson through a block and down. Allie Knutson has mom off her feet. Harvey moving back and forth, and Kimberly down 13-11.
Ella Engels just firing the ball to these hitters. Over her head to Kyla Hendricks, right up in the middle to Allie Knutson. She's dishing it.
Tip at the net, and it goes down for Allie Sprangers. Gets Bayport off balance. Kimberly will have the serve, but they're serving down for the first time this set, 12-13.
A 6-1 run by the Pirates, 6-0 run before that side out. All off the serving hand of Ella Engels tonight, playing her best match of the year.
Ella Budenhagen with the serve. Hendricks left side. Down the line, kept off the floor nicely, popped into the air. Schultz sends over free ball left to right. Right side attack by Hendricks. Bayport can't cover the block as it is Katie Schultz with the point.
Yeah, the Pirates were there. They had 3 defenders there and ready to cover on that block, but ball went straight down. Sometimes it finds the floor. We're tied up again at lucky 13, Chris.
13s apiece. Ella Budenhagen, outside hitter, a senior for Kimberly. Big, heavy serve. Bayport struggles to handle it. They're going to send over free ball to the left-hand side of the floor as we watch on. Herman over on 2. Trinity Crone moving left, keeps it off the floor. Josie Hoffman off balance. Big swing. Tipped at the net by the Papermakers. Katie Schultz to the back line. Missing the back line. Bayport student section playing a little emotion into the team.
Pirates are absolutely hanging in with Kimberly. They are going toe-to-toe with the FVA champs and not backing down. Better as the match goes along, playing aggressively, defense is improving. Bayport can absolutely take this fourth set.
And there's 14-13 service, misses stage left, out of play. 14s apiece.
It was this point in the third set that we saw Bayport start to pull away. The key has been, don't let Kimberly get on a scoring run. Side it out.
Ava Rank with the serve, picks out Larson. Engels has to track it down. Left side, Izzy Grace, cross court. Ava Rank, the libero, keeps it off the floor. Katie Schultz, back line, and misses. And we have a tip in the back official.
That's 3 times tonight we've seen a late touch call.
He called it right away.
On the Bayport front line. Student section disagrees. Kimberly back up front, 15-14.
Mr. Benversi had it from the start. Attack right side by Hendricks. Tip over the kill. Ava Rank crashing in and keeps it off the floor. Right side by Reese. Big swing. Play at the net. Engels to Knutson off a block.
Oh, what a dig.
Stab by Kimberly. Keeps it off the floor. Schultz to the back line and out. I think Bayport, they dove after it. They called no touch.
Taylor Larson made a diving play at it but missed as the ball sailed deep. Tied up at 15. Free ball coming over to Bayport.
Bayport's going to have to send one over from 20 feet and...
Yeah, miscommunication there.
Yeah, they can't keep it in.
Back row player needs to call off Kyla in that situation. Kyla kind of making that reaching stab. Down to crunch time. Kimberly up 16-15, looking to close out the Pirates, but Bayport hanging tough. Another service error by the Papermakers. 5th of the night. Gives it back to Bayport. Cadence Roosh into the front row for Ella Engels. Another brilliant stretch run. Ella brought the team back from 5 down to tied while she was setting the ball. Now Kyla back to serve.
Attack right side, and no block gets in front of Katie Schultz. Maybe the very first time number 2 comes to the right side, and she gives Kimberly a 17-16 lead.
Yeah, I've been doing work on the left side, Penn, and that was just Olay defense there by Bayport. We had 2 defenders watching the ball land between them. Could be the end of the season here. You got to hit the hardwood at this point, Chris.
Serve comes over from the Papermakers. Right side of the floor comes Bayport. Roosh to the back line, and Cadence misses everything.
Now, the disadvantage of getting all those sets, sometimes you get tired legs by this point of the match. Cadence definitely needs to be coming in on the approach, swinging behind the ball.
Serve from Emma Reese. Bayport's going to have to track it down, and they're going to send over a free ball.
Nice pickup by Hansen.
Left side played. Herman, right side to Dunaway. Cross court, and Hendricks gets an arm on it. Crone to Grace, off a block. Pirates get the point. off of the free ball.
Yeah, crucial side out there for Bayport. They had been discombobulated the last couple points, not communicating well. Now they hand the ball to Izzy Grace, an aggressive server. Kyla Hendricks is your setter, and she's got McDermott, Hoffman, and Roosh up front, 3 athletic swingers.
That would have been a 3-point lead for the Papermakers. Instead, it's Bayport within 17-18. Izzy Grace to the back line. Ava Rank pops it up. Attack left side by Budenhagen. She'll go to the back line.
Perfect
Throw
pass.
up to Hendricks. Doesn't move an inch. McDermott blocked at the net. Papermakers keep it off the floor, though. Left side. Here comes Budenhagen again. Cross court. Bayport again pops it into the sky. Right side by Cadence Roosh, and it goes down for a kill. 18-18.
Roosh gets to double digits by taking a little off. She knew she didn't have the set right where she needed it, so she just kept it in play and caught the defense on its heels. Tied up.
Isabella Grace for Bayport. Friendly roll off the top rope again.
Second time this set that she's got the tennis let serve rocking. 7th ace of the night to 4 errors. 3 of those off the hand of Izzy Grace. 3 more for Ella Engels.
Grace to the back line. Emma Reese pops it up. The senior for Kimberly. Left side Budenhagen. Tip over the net. Hendricks keeps it off the floor. Hoffman's going to go over on 2. Dug out by Kimberly, but they pass it into the net. And Bayport 20-18. I expect a timeout. Yep, we got it. Papermakers take a timeout late here in the 4th.
Great aggressive play by Hoffman to go on 2. She saw that Kimberly was not in position, put pressure on the defense, and forced the poor pass. The Pirates looking to stretch this to a 5-setter, Chris. If you'd have told us that following 25-14, 25-15 rather, in the opening 2 sets, that Bayport would dig deep and go toe-to-toe with the Papermakers, I'd have been surprised at that point, but I'm loving it.
20-18, Bayport leading here late 4th. Chris Learman, Brian Nickel from Kimberly High School, WIAA Regional Final.
Inspired play at the setter position from Ella Engels tonight has been the difference in keeping the Pirates in the match. And now it's Izzy Grace serving it up.
Floater to the back line. That Ava Rank has knuckle on her, and she can't handle. Pirates by 3.
Such a huge play out of the timeout because you really just want to side out the ball, right? Get a good pass up. Keep the ball in play. Let's let this team, this 7 seed, make a mistake and give it back to us. But no, Izzy Grace says, I got a little something for you. 4th ace of the night.
Grace and the Pirates by 3. She'll serve it away, picks out Rank, pops it up to Herman, the setter. Back set to Dunaway down the line, and Kyla Dunaway, perfect spot in the back corner.
Yeah, you need to go there every time till Bayport can stop it. As Kimberly's best server tonight, Ava Reese steps back to take the ball. You got an unstoppable force in Kyla Dunaway. We'll see if Macy Herman and the Papermakers ride that hand.
The freshman again serving specialist Reese in. Cut shot by the Pirates. Kept off the floor by the Papermakers. Budenhagen, a tip over the block, covered up by Hendricks, pops it up. Trinity Crode from a platform. Back row attack coming from Izzy Grace. Back line, Herman pops it into the air. Played by Emma Reese. Left side, Budenhagen. Pirates tip it again. Crone to the left side this time. It'll be Josie Hoffman a bit off the pin. She'll tip it over the block. Covered up again, Kimberly. Budenhagen to the back line. Crone again up. Overpass. Covered up by Bayport. Hendricks to Hoffman. Fading away backhander. One-hander. And over. Bayport gets the point.
Longest point of the night goes to the Pirates. Too many free balls from Kimberly. Sending the ball over on tips and roll shots is not going to cut it. This Pirates team is playing some defense right now and converting it into offense in transition. They lead by 3, 22-19. They're looking to stretch this to 5.
The best Bayport has ever covered blocks this season. They're doing it right now. Serve over by Callie Dickey. Attack left side by Budenhagen. Throw down the line in a perfect location for number 8. Or rather by number 9, the senior outside hitter.
Nice adjustment by Ella Budenhagen there. Not going to tip it lifelessly into the backcourt. She aggressively went for that line shot and got it. Crucial point there. Cuts the lead to 2.
Jenna Barden to serve. 2-hand bounce. Pick it up and a standing serve. Picks out Izzy Grace, and it goes for an ace.
Nice time to deal an ace from the deck for Kimberly as Kyla Dunaway has rotated out of the front row and to the bench in this rotation. So Bayport calls the timeout to reconvene and set the defense. In terms of rotation, it favors Bayport. You're going to have Ella Engels coming back in shortly while Kyla Dunaway just headed to the bench for Kimberly. The Pirates needing just 3 points to extend this to a 5th set. It's best of 5, but that 5th set is only to 15. Anything can happen. You get a nice little serving run or get caught in a favorable rotation, and you can pull that upset. And the Pirates upset-minded here after a slow start.
Kimberly 21-22, Papermakers with the serve, down 1.
Crucial here for Kimberly. Tie the game up or give it back to Bayport with a 2-point lead with 2 to play. Huge point here.
Serve from Jenna Barden. Picks out Hoffman. Set high on the right side. Cadence Reich blocked to the net by Bayport. They get a hand on it. Overpass, and the weight in the middle is Sprangers. We're tied at 22.
Good hustle plays, just unlucky. Kimberly came out on top as the Bayport student section gets to their feet. Tied up. It's a race to 3. Got to win by 2. Kimberly to serve.
Barden again. Backup setter for this Kimberly team. Knuckleball misses long.
Great read by Izzy Grace. She's the free safety, if you will, in that passing rotation. And here comes Ella Engels. She's got Kyla Hendricks, Allie Knutson, Josie Hoffman up front. She's got that left hand on the ball for the serve.
Engels picks out Barden, pops it up. Herman high on the left side to Budenhagen, tight to the net, and Budenhagen can't keep it in the playing surface. Bayport will serve 24-22.
No place you'd rather be for Bayport. Set point with Ella on the ball, and timeout Kimberly.
Pirates trying to force a 5th.
2 unforced errors by Kimberly down the stretch. Tied at 22. They serve it deep, and they tip it wide, and that has Bayport with the ball and a chance to send it to a 5th set, Chris, here in the regional final.
Great to have each and every one of you along with us. Grandpas, grandmas, family, friends, alumni across the nation. Bayport Volleyball on NEW Sports Radio in our stream tonight. Regional final from Kimberly High School. Chris Learman, Brian Nickel with you. As the Pirates drop the opening 2 sets, Papermakers dominant 25-15-14, but Bayport takes the 3rd, and they're at set point 24-22 in the 4th.
Kimberly spread the ball around well in those first 2 sets, and I wonder if they fell in love with that and just didn't go to what works to close out Bayport. Meanwhile, Bayport will not be closed out.
Barden,
we're underway.
Right side, Sprangers. Pirates going to tip at the net, but they can't keep the block. Kill goes down for Allie Sprangers. 23-24.
As has happened, Chris, a half dozen times tonight. That swing goes right through the Bayport block. Pirates still have a set point here. They need to side out for the win and to extend the match.
Budenhagen will throw to the back line. Grace pops it up to Engels. High on the left side. Kyla Hendricks into the net. Point Bayport. Nope, they never got it over. I didn't think so. The official initially gave the wrong motion.
Down official is signaling that that was a block. She's calling end of the set. Up official is overruling. They're not going to take the time to talk to each other. The down official is calling one signal, up official calling another, and they're not seeking to clarify what happened on that point.
Coach Polkashu is asking.
Got to have your team captain come talk to the official. Ask for some clarification here.
So she's going to send Kyla Hendricks over to get the official call. At the very least, the officials, rather than talking from across the court, could talk things over.
Yeah, it's a tournament play. Take the time. We're not in a hurry. We're not going anywhere. We get to sleep in tomorrow. Let's get the call right.
24-24. Kimberly fights off 2 set points. Ella Budenhagen picks out Izzy Grace. Pass up to Engels. Doesn't move. Move down the middle. Knutson pushes to the corner, and that misses wide. And just like that, Kimberly faces set point and match point.
3 straight points for the Papermakers. Forces the Bayport timeout.
know what I do on that call? I do think the up official was 100% correct. It never made it over. But I would like the communication to at least talk it over rather than, especially masked officials, to try to talk across the floor.
Yeah, both the up and down linesmen are responsible for the net for different aspects of those calls, and call them over and talk about it. We don't have replay in high school, but you certainly want to at least communicate what I think I saw. Was surprised to see the down official signaling so clearly that was the end of the set. She was calling point Bayport, end of set, move on.
Yeah, I think in the end the call was correct. But Chris Polkashoe wasn't sold on it because
of the miscommunication.
Yes.
We have high expectations at this point. There's a lot riding on it.
Is that because we're higher than we are at Bayport?
Not literally high expectations. It's match point now. The worm is turned. Kimberly serves to close out Bayport.
Budenhagen picks up Grace. Overpass. Bayport's going to have to send over a free ball, and they do. Diving play. Kimberly wanted a double contact. Katie Schultz swing the back line and misses stage left.
Ella Engels saved the match for Bayport. That first contact was sailing out of bounds. Ella reaching out one-handed, pulls it back into play. I agree, that play by Knutson was touchy. May have been a double contact, but Ella Engels absolutely keeps her team in the match. We're tied at 25.
So we're going to go to some extra volleyball here in the fourth. Katie Schultz swing the left side.
Trinity Crone! What a dig!
A dig that goes over. On two goes Kimberly, and they'll get it to fall between a couple of diving Pirates. Again, Kimberly serving match point, this time at 26-25.
Yeah, great play by Kimberly to read the Bayport defense. All collapsed into the center. They tipped right into the mess. They get another set point, match point for Kimberly. What a finish here, Chris. Bayport looking to make it a fifth set finish if they can.
The Papermaker libero picks out the Bayport libero. Left side attack. Izzy Grace tipped at the net. Diving forward is Kimberly. They're going to get it to Katie Schultz left side. Roll shot off the heel of her hand, and it falls at the 10-foot line. Kimberly gets the point. They take the set, and they fend off Bayport 3-1.
What a comeback by Kimberly. Credit their offense. 2 timely tips on the last 2 points, finding the weakness of the Bayport defense. Those center court balls just arching over the net have been the bugaboo for the Pirates most of the season. As, boy, you go from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Bayport up 24-22. 2 set points in hand. And instead, it is a 5-1 run by Kimberly to rally, close out the Pirates, and advance to the sectional.
Yeah, Pirates fended off right there. Third set and fourth set, they're toe-and-toe with this Kimberly program. With the consistency throughout, obviously a slow start. You can't dig yourself in a hole. You can't fall behind the 2 sets, but boy, Bayport was right there to steal the fourth.
Yeah, third and fourth set, Bayport played its game better than Kimberly played its. Bayport absolutely maximizing what it had on the court in terms of its players, its defense. Ella Engels, just a spectacular evening, setting the ball. And lots of tears in that Pirate huddle for the 4 seniors. Kayla Torp, Cadence Roosh, Taylor Larson, Callie Dickey, all 4 seeing the court tonight, playing meaningful minutes for Coach Polkashoe, but the Pirates, too little too late. Gosh, you just think Bayport would have wanted to let this one go another half hour. They had all the momentum, but couldn't convert on back-to-back set points. And that's why Kimberly's the 2 seed. That's why they're the conference champs. That's why they're advancing to sectionals. They know how to win in big moments. Kept their composure with their best player on the bench in Kyla Dunaway. It was the rest of the Papermakers who brought home the regional title.
Bayport Pirates seniors from the 2021 fall squad include number 4 outside hitter Kayla Torp, right side hitter number 5 Cadence Roosh, defensive specialist number 6 Taylor Larson, middle blocker number 7 Callie Dickey. For Pirate class of 2022 members, leave their mark on a program that gets to the regional final and ultimately ends their season at 12-21.
What an improvement over the course of the season by this team, by those seniors, to make this run, to give Kimberly all they could handle tonight. But Chris, we'd be remiss if we didn't look at this roster and essentially 7 players at the junior level with starters level experience. Izzy Grace, Kyla Hendricks, Ella Engels, Trinity Crone, Josie Hoffman, Allie Knutson, and Ellie McDermott. That's a starting lineup coming back for Bayport next year. It could be a really special season. Given how much this team improved over the course of one season under Coach Polkashew, I cannot wait to see what this team has in store next year. Outstanding play all up and down this roster. A deep roster. Coach really went to her bench early and often throughout the conference play. Lots of contributions up and down. Tonight, if we're picking out a player of the match, we don't track assists. We don't track points scored at the service stripe. We track aces, but Ella Engels was an absolute spark plug. If there was a plus-minus like they have in basketball, it would have been through the roof for Ella tonight. Her best match of the year by far. 3 aces. Absolutely kept her team tight with Kimberly in the third set and then called them up from behind, trailing by 5 to take a lead midway through the fourth set when Ella stepped back to serve and you knew she was going to set those 3 rotations. Good things happened for the Pirates tonight. Great to see the improvement this year in Ella and her best match of the year tonight despite the loss for Bayport.
Well, Papermakers, they take sets 1, 2, and 4. Pirates took the third. They let the fourth slip away, and it results in Papermakers regional champs, and they'll move on to the sectional at Pulaski next Thursday. Brian, I appreciate you helping again. Our 7th year of volleyball coverage. It's been fun. Tonight was a blast.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. It's so fun to call tournament games, Chris. The team's playing at its best. Bayport always brings its best ball to the tournament time, and I just appreciate all you do for all of our sports, not just volleyball. You know, throwing a cross-country broadcast off the back of a golf cart. Looking forward to our swimming debut sometime in the near future, but just appreciate the opportunity to let me come out and have some fun, watch a sport I love, and talk about these kids who work so hard and play so hard and really bring a lot of joy to the school and the community. And always tough to end your season with a loss, but everyone does it but one team, Chris, in team sports. So thanks so much for the invitation, and we'll see you next year, if not sooner.
Well, the fall is down to football. Next Friday, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff from Marquette. Outside of that, the fall season is starting to come to a close. For Brian Nickel, I'm Chris Liman. The Pirates, they fall in 4 sets, and the fall volleyball season has drawn to a close. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, Howard Swamico. You've been listening to Bayport Pirate Volleyball on NEW.